It began with just a glance. A single, heavy look that Jungkook gave the camera during his latest live stream, eyes rimmed with exhaustion, a forced smile breaking through the silence. But for ARMY, it was enough. Something wasn't right, and they could feel it in their hearts before any words were ever spoken. That stream, now rewatched millions of times, held a moment that would come to define one of the most painful periods in BTS history. Jungkook looked directly into the lens, hesitated, and said softly, "I'm not okay, but I will be." The room went quiet. Even the chat, normally overflowing with emojis and love, slowed to a standstill. Because for the first time in a long time, Jungkook wasn't performing. He was just hurting. Whispers had already started circulating weeks before. Taehyung was missing from key schedules. Photo shoots were edited strangely, his absence obvious. No official updates, no explanation, just an empty space where V used to be. Fans tried to convince themselves it was just a break. Maybe he was resting. Maybe he was working on a secret project. But deep down, ARMY felt it. The silence wasn't just confusing. It was painful. And then Jungkook, sweet, honest Jungkook, finally let it all out. In the middle of a quiet night, during an unannounced live stream, he picked up his guitar and strummed a few notes. His voice cracked, eyes blinking back tears. Then he stopped playing, looked up again, and said, "I didn't want this." None of us did. There was a moment of disbelief. Fans paused, trying to make sense of what he had just said. Was he talking about Taehyung? Was he confirming what everyone feared? The chat exploded with questions, but he didn't answer. Instead, he sighed, set the guitar aside, and whispered, "I hope you'll understand one day." From that moment on, the fandom wasn't just confused, they were enraged. Hashtags like #WhereIsTaehyung, #ProtectBTS, and #HYBEexplain trended globally within minutes. Theories flooded social media. Some believed Taehyung had been removed due to internal conflicts. Others suspected HYBE was hiding something bigger, something that even the members weren't allowed to speak on openly. But then came the twist no one was ready for. Screenshots from HYBE's internal schedule platform leaked. In them, a version of the BTS comeback roadmap didn't include Taehyung's name. His solo activities were listed as inactive. The most jarring part? The document was dated weeks before his disappearance became public knowledge. Fans felt betrayed. It wasn't just a hiatus. It was planned. Quietly. Secretly. And worst of all, it seemed like even Jungkook hadn't known the full story until it was too late. That would explain the guilt in his voice. The way he stopped talking about Taehyung entirely in official appearances. How his usual playfulness turned into awkward silence whenever the group's future was brought up. In a backstage clip later leaked by a staff member, Jungkook was seen standing alone in a corner, clutching his phone. His eyes were red. He wasn't speaking, just staring at the screen. The staffer said he was rewatching old clips of him and Taehyung. I don't think he even noticed I was there. It was no longer just about missing a member. This was about a brotherhood being quietly fractured. What broke ARMY even more was the realization that Taehyung never got a chance to speak for himself. He hadn't gone live. He hadn't posted any notes or explanations. Only a cryptic message on Instagram stories, an empty beach with the caption, "Even the sea forgets the sound of waves sometimes." No one knew what it meant exactly, but everyone felt it in their bones. He was gone. At least for now. HYBE's response? A single cold press release. Due to private scheduling conflicts, Kim Taehyung will not be participating in current BTS group activities. No apology, no warmth, no humanity. Just corporate words meant to cover pain with policy. The backlash was swift. ARMYs flooded HYBE's social media accounts, demanding transparency. Petitions hit 1 million signatures within days, asking for a full explanation. Fan protests even began outside HYBE's Seoul headquarters, with banners reading, "We are 7." Others chanted Taehyung's name, holding up posters with old lyrics like, "You never walk alone." The pressure mounted. HYBE tried to push forward with scheduled content, but the views were down. Comments were flooded with questions. Even members like RM and Jimin grew visibly tense during interviews. The energy had shifted. Everyone felt it, and in the center of it all, Jungkook remained the most transparent, quiet, emotional, but present. He began posting late-night messages. Short, honest. Things like, I miss the way things used to be, or some memories hurt more when you try to hold on. Then, one night, he posted a voice-only message. No visuals, just his voice. He said, if you're listening, I'm sorry. I wish I had fought harder. It wasn't clear who he was talking to, but fans knew. Deep down, they all knew. The tragedy wasn't just the possible removal of Taehyung. It was that the ones left behind were still trying to find peace in a world that moved on too quickly. And maybe that's what made it all so heartbreaking. BTS was always more than a group. They were a family, a promise, a belief that love, trust, and unity could survive anything. But now, that belief was being tested like never before. And yet, through all the silence, all the pain, armies continued to hold space for Taehyung, for Jungkook, for every member navigating this storm with the world watching. Because true fans don't walk away when things get hard. They stay, they listen, they wait, and maybe, just maybe, when this chapter closes and a new one begins, we'll see all seven together again. Stronger, wiser, and whole. Until then, let's not stop loving. Let's not stop hoping. Let's not stop being the family they've always said we are. If this story touched your heart even a little, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with fellow armies. Let us know in the comments what you think really happened to Taehyung, and what you want HYBE to finally say. Because the truth matters. And so does love. We'll keep watching. We'll keep waiting. For him. For them. For 7.it all started with a single, quiet moment. Jungkook looked into the camera, his eyes heavy, his voice soft. He hesitated, then whispered, I'm not okay, but I will be. Army froze. The live stream, which started off like any other, suddenly felt different. There was something behind his words. Pain, regret, silence. At the same time, Taehyung's absence was becoming harder to ignore. He was missing from shoots, absent from live stages, and edited out of group content. HYBE said nothing. No update, no explanation. Just silence. Fans begged for answers, but nothing came. Then, in another live stream, Jungkook picked up his guitar, strummed a few notes, and paused. I didn't want this, he said. None of us did. That's when it hit ARMY like a storm. Something had happened. Something real. And it wasn't just a break. It was deeper. Sadder. Social media exploded. Theories flooded timelines. Some believed Taehyung had been removed from BTS by force. Others said he had walked away in protest. What everyone agreed on. Jungkook knew more than he could say, and his heart was breaking because of it. Then came a twist. Leaked documents showed Taehyung was marked as inactive on HYBE's official planning sheets, dated before the rumors even began. It wasn't just a disappearance. It was planned, quiet, cold. Jungkook posted late-night messages after that. One read, some memories hurt more when you try to hold on. Another simply said, I'm sorry. And now ARMY waits, confused, heartbroken, and angry. But more than anything, they wait for the truth. Taehyung's sudden disappearance leaves ARMY heartbroken, while Jungkook's emotional confession sparks questions. HYBE remains silent as fans demand the truth. What really happened behind the scenes? Watch the full story unravel in this emotional and powerful video.